former Icer Bouma. Ben, I asked John Duffer this. I'll ask you, as a former Icer, do you ever expect this to happen?
No. When Joe and I had a long discussion back in March, even with Terry Pagula and everybody kind of on the horizon to help this thing out, I would have said there was a 5% chance. And then week by week, month by month, it just kept looking brighter and brighter and brighter. And I met with Tim Curley probably early May, late March, or late April, and even at that time we were like, this doesn't seem to add up like it's going to happen. Here we are mid-September, we made it happen. So it is Christmas morning.
Yeah, absolutely. As Heidi Batista said, it's like a wedding day.
Absolutely. When it got all quiet before everybody came in, it was like, when was the bride walking in? So that's, we're just beyond excited, and we'll be talking about this for years to come.
Terry Pagula mentioned the fact that he was at the Penguins golf tournament, and everybody from Mario and Sydney on down to probably the equipment manager were jacked about it. You work very closely with Mike Emmer. You and I talked about it before. Is the Foster Hewitt of U.S. hockey broadcasters.
And for Americans, he's our Vince Scully.
Exactly. But even guys like Mike, and I'm getting emails from my fellow broadcasters. This is huge news.
Yes, it's funny because you kind of talk to the people here, and we all know Penn State's a little insulated in a good way, but to understand the ramifications this has all throughout hockey, national and international. I'm getting Twitters from Canada and people playing Europe because they all understand that this is probably the biggest college hockey announcement in the last 50 years. Paul Kelly, who's the executive director of College Hockey Inc., he was the former head of the NHLPA, has reiterated that this will change the landscape in an amazing way. Like I said, there's not enough words to reiterate the excitement and the passion that people not just here but around the country have.
What about those naysayers, say a Big Ten hockey conference, rec college hockey, the CCHA, the WCHA? How do you see it?
Well, I think it's much ado about nothing right now because we really don't know what it's going to. There could be other Big Ten schools. This may force some other schools on the cusp who thought about adding hockey to Penn State to do it. We can do it. We might go from 58 Division I teams maybe to 70 in a short period of time. So, especially those guys at College Hockey Inc. are working towards creating more opportunities. Well, this is step one. So if a school of this magnitude can do it, maybe other ones hop on the bandwagon, and it's good for everybody. I think everybody in the hockey community knows what a small group of people it is. If you can't understand it's good for everybody, then I think you're missing the boat. Because it's all about opportunities, especially here in the United States. Junior teams tend to take some of our talent away because they don't provide the opportunities here in the States. So it can't not be good for people who want it. So let's see how the dust settles. Let's see how it all fits together. A 16 Big Ten hockey league, that's only about 15 key games. You can play 19 games against all your other old rivals and things like that. So ultimately, it's got to be good.
How long do you think, as an expert player, how long do you think it'll be before we see Penn State?
4 years or less.
Really? Serious?
I'll take that. Because of the type, I think people are starting to understand the type of coaches who would be interested in this job. The ability, we all know it comes down to recruiting, and the ability to have those tentacles to go into Canada, Europe, not just in the central Pennsylvania area. You have to get those kids to be successful. You bring in the right guy with the right connections and everything like that. I bring the same passion as Joe and the people you saw over there. This can happen real quick. I think somebody recently, I think it was Notre Dame, made it in a very, very short amount of time because it just takes a small influx of talent and passion to get there pretty quick.
Speaking of coaching, do we get a young up-and-comer, an experienced Division I coach or a former NHL?
Well, I think that you go in because of the type of people this will attract. You want the total package. Don't just kind of pigeonhole somebody just because they're young or whatever. Scotty Bowman might be interested in this job. You don't know. If you can get the type of guy who shares the passion, energy, understands what Penn State's all about, understands the hockey community, who cares if he's Duffer's age or my age, it really doesn't matter. So you just want to find the person who's right for this. So we were just talking over there, and people try to put the connections together and really what got us to where we are today. And I just told a story the other day. Think about the ping pong ball from the draft 5 years ago in the NHL draft. That ping pong ball goes to Anaheim, and not the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sidney Crosby's not here. The Penguins might be sold and gone to Kansas City. It means no Winter Classic, no Stanley Cup. Who knows where we might be? So I tell a lot of people, that was a banner day in the state of Pennsylvania, not just for us and things, but how that shifted things. Because the Penguins were gone. The Penguins were gone. So harken back to that day, and if that ping pong ball goes left consideration, you and I are standing here today.
Lastly, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the women's program as well. Absolutely. Because it grows women's college hockey as well.
Absolutely. I've done the last 3 Olympic hockey tournaments, both men's and women's. Yeah, and it's been interesting to see how the women's sport has grown and the passion they have. And you see, when I played here, there's no women's hockey. Women's hockey program. So does BU, so does Minnesota, and they've grown these kind of grassroots, kind of like we all did 30, 40 years ago. So you can't help not provide the opportunities for people to pass out. You show those people out. You're showing them more companies care about the same things that we do. So you can't help not be happy that they made the choice to go with women's hockey versus a sport that's other than women's.
And thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
We'll be talking again.
Absolutely. The real work begins today, believe it or not.
Exactly.
So, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.